Welcome, listener. I'm glad you're here. Take a seat next to the fire.
Welcome to Obscura, where we shine a light on the dark.
Listener, today's episode deals with the weight of consequences. When I was a young man, we're talking 18 years old, I remember I worked for 7-Eleven. At the time, I had moved to a new area, from the Orlando area to the Tampa area. I was about halfway through 18, and I needed a job when I got there, and I got hired at 7-Eleven. Right away, I didn't love the job. My manager was a bit of a jerk and super hard on the new people. So he got right to pushing a lot of things on me all at once without very much training. Now, I just accepted that. I was like, okay, that's fine. I need the job. I need the money, new area, figuring things out. And so I pushed onward. And I took the brunt of abuse at work whenever my manager would get mad, snap at me, whatever. And over time, that slowed down. And after a couple months of working there, I had a particularly bad day. And my manager showed up one evening and he said, "Hey, I have a special job for you." Now, this is where things get interesting. You see, it turns out that the homeless individuals in that area, they would use that dumpster at that 7-Eleven to take their feces that were in Walmart bags and drop them in that dumpster. I don't know if it, comes down to the idea of don't shit where you sleep, but I would assume, at night they grabbed a Walmart bag or what have you, grocery bag, and yeah, they take a dump in there, and in the morning, drop it right off in that dumpster. Now, this had a cascading effect in which that dumpster became the thing of legends. You see, at the time, I wasn't really in charge of messing with that dumpster. I had only been there for a couple months, and that particular chore had never came down to me. And so that night, he shows up and he hands me a shovel, and I'm like, what is this shovel for? He takes me to the dumpster, and in that dumpster, I'm not lying, this is gonna sound fake, is piles upon piles of maggots. I mean, just squirming in there, looking like something out of a horror movie. We're talking a mountain of maggots filling this dumpster. And he had an old plastic trash can, like a big one, or rubber or whatever. And it was like blue with like stains on it. And you can kind of envision it, big old trash can. So what you're going to do is you're going to dispose of these maggots. And I don't remember exactly where I needed to take said maggots, but it involved me taking the shovel and scooping the maggots into the trash can first. Now, I don't consider myself someone that gets freaked out easily or someone that gets particularly disgusted easily, but this was something else. And at first, I got to the task. I took that shovel and I plunged it right into the sea of maggots, and they squirmed all around that shovel head. And I'm telling you, this is a real story. Like, at that moment, I felt the strongest sense of derealization, depersonalization, whatever you want to call it. It was the first time I had felt true out-of-body experience as an adult. Like I was just floating there above myself with the shovel into that pile of maggots, just squirming around on there. And I lifted it up and scooped it into the trash can. They splashed right into the can, making a scrapey noise going down the inside of the trash can. And I shuddered. Like, it just went like right down my spine. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've literally ever had to do. Now, something in that moment changed in me. I had a moment where I just said, screw it. And without thinking of the consequences or anything, I put the shovel down and I walked right off the job site. At the time, I was so new to the area or whatever, I didn't necessarily have transportation super figured out. I was a young guy with barely any money to my name. I didn't come from a well-off family, I'll put it that way. And so I literally walked home. It might have been like a 2-mile walk or something. And I felt free. I felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off from me. It felt amazing. Like cool air was just coming into my breath. It was like a cool evening. You know, I'm just walking and nothing could touch me. And that night I went to bed because it was a late night shift. I went to bed and slept so well. I mean, not a worry on my mind. But here's the deal. When I woke up that morning, the weight of the consequences of my actions, having walked away from a job that I desperately needed at the time, hit me all at once. I felt sheer panic for the decision I made. I had essentially self-sabotaged. And so, right when I woke up, I was up, and at the time, this is before every job had easily available online applications. You know, I'm gonna be 37 this year, and so a lot of places you had to email places or call them, meet in person, and then the applications that you could do online, which I'm sure you're aware of this, answering 50 questions and watching all these videos, everything else. And so for that week, my life just became the pursuit of a job with spending as little money as I possibly could. And that experience always haunted me. Like making that mistake and remembering the fact that when I initially walked off the job, I felt amazing. I never felt better. And then boom, I had to live with those consequences. Now, let's head over to Vancouver, Washington, where CDL driver Mark Fogel is about to get a DUI.
Okay, so what's going on?
I was just trying to calm him down.
Okay.
Clearly, I've been drinking.
Yeah.
And I ran into these cars.
Okay. Do you need medical attention, sir?
No, I do not.
Okay.
But my life is fucking over.
All right.
I wouldn't go that far.
I do.
You do not need medical attention, correct?
No, I do not. But as you will see, I am a CDL driver.
Okay.
And like I said, my life's fucking over.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
More than I need to.
Okay.
Now, if you know anything about CDL licenses, you know getting a DUI is not a great idea. I'm going to play some audio, and I want you to imagine a night sky. You got the police talking to him. He's an older guy. He's 54 years old. He's got gray hair and glasses. And you can really feel the desperation in his voice over the mistake he's made.
Somebody else is involved. Yeah. I'm calling lawyer.
Okay.
Just say lawyer.
Last phonetically, Frank Ocean, George Lincoln Edward, first of March, Mary Adam Robert
Lawyer.
Charles, 1970, 912.
No, lawyer. At my point,
So turn around for me, sir.
Yeah, you're under arrest. Don't put your hand in your pocket.
Keep your
no,
hand
it's
on.
in my wallet.
No! Drop it!
We're going to the scale house here. When we sit down, we're going to take a test, okay? If you're cooperative with me and you're cool with me, I'll take you out of handcuffs. If not, you're going to stay in handcuffs the whole time. You understand? All right. Go ahead and take a step out.
So we head over to the police station where he's a nervous wreck. He's cagey. Something just seems off about him. And if you listen to the audio, the arresting officer, you could tell he feels something's wrong.
All right. I'll take you out of handcuffs. You're going to take a seat on that bench there, okay? All right. I'm going to take you out of handcuffs. You can take a seat on the bench there. You're okay. You can put your hands down.
Okay.
What's
It's
this?
for your safety.
Well, you promise you're not going to hurt me?
I'm promising.
Oh.
I'll put my hands on your head.
Okay, well, as long as you say you're not going to hurt me, like, we're good here. If you're worried you think you're going to hurt me, I'm just going to put you back in handcuffs. All right. You're not going to hurt me? You're good?
We're good.
Okay, you can keep your hands down. You're all right. Or not. If you want to be uncomfortable, that's fine.
You don't know who you're dealing with.
That's true. So are you going to hurt me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, I trust you.
All right.
You said you wanted to talk to a lawyer. Do you have one in mind? Or
Do I not?
no, like, do you have a specific
I do
lawyer?
not have a lawyer. I'm just saying lawyer.
Okay.
Maybe I'll make it through the night. I don't know.
It is 23:40. Mark, you're going to make it through the night, all right? This isn't as big a deal as you think it is. It's a mystery.
No. You have no idea.
Okay. Go ahead and open your mouth. I'm going to check your mouth. Is there anything inside you that's not put there by a doctor or dentist?
No.
Okay.
You have no idea. My life's fucking over.
Why do you say that?
You keep saying, look at my ID. I'm a CDL driver.
Okay.
So basically, my life's fucking over. Can't make a living.
Doesn't immediately mean that your life is over, Mark.
It is
People
over.
I
done.
have arrested CDL drivers before who have been able to turn around and
No,
make it through.
I'm fucking done.
Do you want to call another lawyer? Yes or no?
How many lawyers do I have that option?
There's 14 on this list.
Alright, well,
All right, well, yes. All right, well, no.
sure.
Sure. Okay.
Honestly, what's the matter? Like I said, I'm fucking done.
All right, we're just gonna.
I'm a dead man. You're talking to dead man.
You're not a dead man, Mark.
Yes, I am a dead man. Well, I'm not making it through the night. What fucking time is it?
It's midnight.
Thank you.
So, are you gonna kill yourself, Mark?
Who knows?
Probably the only person would be you.
Yeah,
So,
that's correct. Like I said, I keep telling you, I'm fucking done.
is there somebody I can call for you to talk to?
Fuck no. We're good. You know what's crazy? It's just you and me in this fucking room.
It's just you and me in this room, but this is a
Yes.
police station. There's plenty of
Yes.
troopers here.
Are there?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Did you not see me talking to the trooper when we first pulled up?
How many people are here in the room?
Are you trying to make threatening?
Fuck no.
No?
No.
Okay, and why are you saying things like that?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead and stand up. Turn around, face away from me.
Sure. Are you sure?
Yeah, turn around, face away from me right now.
Now, things are about to get dicey. We're going to go from 0 to 10 very quickly. Basically, Fogle's going to be talking in a threatening tone, and the police officer is going to pick up on that. And before he even has a chance to act, the police officer, that is, Fogle is going to reach for that police officer's gun, and a struggle will ensue.
Are you fucking sure?
Oh, you see me three? I'm fighting with one. Sure. Give me the air. He's reaching for my gun. Mark, you're gonna get fucking shot!
Yeah! That's what I want!
Shot! Mark! Mark, get the fuck away from me! Get the fuck away from me, Mark!
I'm not looking to shoot you.
Mark!
So, after the fight ensuing and the officer saying, "Get the fuck away from me," and he's reaching for my gun, the video goes out. Now, this was not intentional. What happened is Fogle was on top of the officer. If you've ever seen any body cam footage, I don't know the exact logistics, But a lot of times when police officers activate their body cam, they tap their chest. I assume it's either a touch sensor or there's a button that they're hitting to turn it on. So what happened is, as Fogle is on top of the officer and they're struggling on the ground, Fogle tapped or unintentionally pressed the button on the officer's chest. And so the footage goes away for a bit. And when it cuts back on, for the first 30 seconds of body cam footage, the audio doesn't have a chance to kick in. So by the time we enter the scene, here's what you need to know happened. The officer attempted to fight off Fogle, but he was getting the better of him in the struggle for the gun. In an act of desperation, the officer pulled out a knife and began stabbing Fogle in the back many times. Now, when we cut to the scene, Fogle is on the ground, the officer is kneeled beside Fogle, and he has a pair of scissors, and he's cutting up the shirt of Fogle to remove the shirt and start to provide first aid for the dying man. The wounds look terrible. They're deep, they're in his back, and they're gushing blood. Now, let's get to that audio.
Fuck. Gloves, chest seals. Did that get out over there?
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Boy 73, did you copy my traffic? Keep the air for me. Yeah. I'm not going to let you die, Mark. I'm not going to let you die, Mark. You're going to be okay, man.
No, please, I'm done.
You're going to be okay, Mark. You're going to be okay. Look, man, you're not even bleeding that bad. Yeah. Let's get you on your side. Can you breathe a little better?
Closer north. Right, he's not at 5. Can you confirm your location? That's where I had you.
I'm on the Scale House I-5, yes.
Alright, we're a minute, hour or less. 10-11-097. 6-18, alright.
It's code 4 for medics when they get it.
Paramedics were called as officers provided first aid, but Fogle was pronounced dead at 12:30 a.m. And that brings me back to the weight of consequences. You see, for Fogle, that DUI seemingly was a bridge too far. He was a CDL driver. That was his life, and he was in his 50s. You know, you're not getting that far away from retirement at that point. And the idea of starting over in your 50s, I mean, plenty of people do it, but for some, it's just too hard. Life can be challenging, and sometimes people give in. But I think to a line that Fogle said earlier in the episode.
We're just gonna...
I'm a dead man. You're talking dead man.
You're not a dead man, Mark.
Yes, I am a dead man.
So my assumption here is that he had made his mind up, and he didn't plan on making it through that night, ultimately choosing suicide by cop. Now, I thank you for listening, and keep the fire burning.
On the night of May 7th, Clark County Deputy Bryson Layton fatally stabbed 54-year-old Mark Fogel during a confrontation after Fogle was arrested on suspicion of drinking and driving. We are now getting our first look at what happened that night.
Clearly, I've been drinking.
Yeah.
And I ran into these cars.
Body-worn camera video that has been edited for brevity, according to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, shows deputies first coming into contact with Fogle in Vancouver. You can hear the 54-year-old admit to drinking and running into a number of parked cars.
You do not need medical attention, correct?
I do not.